Namaste. My name is Jose Philip, and we are here to learn the basics of guitar. I went onto YouTube and I couldn't see anything on YouTube that shows you all the basic chords on one particular video. So I thought I might as well use this opportunity of us being stuck in the pandemic of the coronavirus, and people could use this time to pick up a new instrument, a guitar, and learn the basics. And also, today happens to be Good Friday, where we celebrate where we remember the death of our Lord Jesus, who died for our sins. So, getting straight on with the lesson, there are basic uh, chords and basic notes of music, namely the scale, which goes the basic composition of music, do re mi fa sol la si do. In Hindi, we also call it the sargam. We say sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Same thing goes do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi re do. So that is like music alphabet, like the English alphabet, which has 26 letters in it. Music being a bunch of people a little dim-witted, we have around about 7 letters in that alphabet. So the music alphabet has A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, just 7 basic letters, and then they repeat. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then A, B, C, D, and it keeps going on. So that is music alphabet. Just like the English language, music is something that connects us. So here are the basic chords. Okay, starting with the A. Okay, now before I go into the chords, there are 3 dimensions that you need to understand about the guitar. There are 3 numbers that are going to be involved. Uh, one is the number on your fingers. So finger number 1, that's your forefinger. Finger number 2, your middle finger. Finger number 3, your ring finger, and your pinky, which is finger number 4. And then, of course, there's the finger number 5, which is not useless at all. In fact, it is something that helps you grip the guitar. So, where do we keep this finger? This thumb goes right behind, okay, and for chords, we kind of keep it here. So, you can see the thumb shows slightly, okay. Sometimes it can be right behind, right at the middle, okay. But that is where the power for the chords going to come. The power of the chords is basically the strength of a grip of the neck of the guitar. So those are the dimensions, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 on the fingers. Then there is the strings, okay, which we count from the bottom. Okay, 1, that's string 1, string 2, string 3, string 4, and string 5. And of course, that is the string 6. So there are 6 strings, and we count them always from the bottom. Now, a common mistake that everybody makes is they count it from the top. No, we always count the strings from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then there are these grooves that you see. Okay, these are called the frets. Okay, do you see this division? So this area is called a fret. Fret number 1, fret number 2, fret number 3, fret number 4, fret number 5. Now, a lot of numbers, but you'd see it's a very basic thing. You'd get a hang of it. It's very simple, in fact. 4 fingers, 6 strings, and 12 frets. Of course, there are more frets too, but I think most of all the chords would happen within these 12 frets. Okay, the first fret is this one, second fret's like so, third fret has a dot on mine, there is a marker here, Okay, now some guitars might have only a marker on the fifth fret, but nevertheless there is a marker here, so that's the third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So on the 12th fret you have two markers. So getting back to the lesson of the music alphabet, wherein we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then again we continue from there. The basic chords are A. Starting with A, we have your second, third, and fourth finger on fret number 2, and the strings are 2, string 2, string 3, and string 4, all on the same fret, which is fret number 2. Okay, and you have to press them. Okay, you have to press all of them, and you have to make sure that you're not touching any other string besides this. Okay, so these are your strings. We kind of avoid the top string. So what people usually do is you kind of mute the top string with your thumb, and then you'll go like so. So what happens is the top string is muted, wherein you just touch it. Okay, you don't press it. No, we don't press it. We just touch it. So the rest of it goes like so. So that is your A chord. Okay, first chord. Okay, not very easy, but we'll get a hang of it. As you keep practicing, you'll get a hang of it. You know the frets, you know the strings that need to be pressed. Finger 4 on fret 2, string 2, finger 3 on fret 2, string 3, and finger 2 on fret 2, string 4. Okay, and you mute with your thumb, and you go, yeah, that's A. Okay, the second chord is your B, which again is the same thing, same setup, but we shift it onto the fourth fret. Okay, that's your fourth fret. Okay, so but the bottom string, your first string, you're going to use your first finger to play this here. Okay, when you're playing it here on the A, you don't need to press that here because there is nothing to press. That's fret 0. Okay, nothing here. So A sharp B. B is where you have this first finger coming in. So you have to press that and mute the top string. Okay, but in this we have to also avoid the fifth string. Okay, we have to avoid the fifth string and play from the fourth onwards. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1, only 4 strings played in this one, so it goes, that's B. Okay, the next chord is your C chord. Okay, and the C chord is third finger on the third fret, string number 5, second finger on the second fret, string number 4, and first finger on the second string, fret number 1. Okay, fret number 1, fret number 2, fret number 3, string number 1, string number 2, string number 3, and there is a string in between 1 and the second fret. There is a string which we have kept open. Open is another word for not playing any frets on it. Okay, so we play it again. We mute the top string and we play everything else. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that is your C chord. Okay, and your next chord is fret number 2, which is your D. Okay, so on the fret number 2, you basically first finger goes on to the second fret, third string, second finger goes on to the second fret, first string, so there is one string that we leave in between, and that is being played by third finger on the third fret. Okay, so that is your basic D chord. We again, just like the B, play only four strings: one, two, three, four. The top two we don't play. We avoid by strumming only the bottom three, the bottom four strings. Okay, so that is your D. The next chord involved is your E chord. Okay, and how we play this is uh, second finger on the second fret, fifth string. Okay, press that. Uh, Second fret, fourth string is, and third finger, like so. Okay, if you play just that, you will get an E minor, but no, we are looking for an E major. Okay, major and minor are uh, basically chords that you can look at it as E minor being sad and E major being happy. For example, I'm E minor and I'm a little moody today, but I'm E major and I'm so happy because I'm E major. So we are learning major chords as of now. So all the chords that we did, A, B, C, D, E, are all major chords. So E major, like I said, is second finger on the second fret, fifth string. Third finger on the second fret, fourth string, like so, and first finger on the first fret, third string. Okay, and you have to make sure that none of these fingers are touching any other string. Okay, so in this, the good thing is that we can play all the strings, so that is really cool. Okay, so on E major you can play all the strings, and that's your E major. Okay, that's your E major chord. Okay, and the next chord that we have is slightly tough. Okay, it's called your F chord. Okay, now the basic form is first finger on two frets, sorry, two strings, the first and the second string, and that's fret number one. Okay, the second finger on the second fret, string number three, and the third finger on the third fret, string number four. Okay, now that is your basic form, wherein we play only the bottom four. Okay, it's not very easy to get that sound out because people always struggle on the first fret, because you're playing two strings together on this one. Okay, initially it's going to be hard, but as you keep developing physical memory, your finger memory, you would be able to play this eventually. Okay, so it goes like that. So that is your F. Okay, now this is your basic form. You can always play it like this, wherein you put your pinky, your fourth finger, on the third fret of the fourth string, and your third finger on the fifth string of the same fret, which is third fret. Okay, and that is a more wholesome chord. Okay, that is your F. Okay, you could always bar it. Okay, now I'm just showing off. Wherein you can play the chord like that. Okay, barring is the first fret is being pressed all together, but let's not make life so difficult. Okay, so let's just stick to F, this form. Okay, that is your F. Okay, and now the next chord is G. Okay, G, in G you have like many songs happening on G. In fact, G is a very critical chord. Okay, and how you play it is the bottom string. Okay, third fret is being played by your pinky. Second string, third fret is being played by your fourth finger, third finger, sorry. Your top string is being pressed on the third fret. So you see, everything happens on that third fret. Okay, and I'm not touching any other strings. Basically, the fifth, the fourth, and the third string are completely free. You're not playing anything there. Okay, those are completely open. Open, as you remember, is not pressing any frets. Okay, the sound basically comes from the fret zero. Nothing is being pressed there. Okay, so uh, these three fingers here, and then you add one finger here on the second fret, which is your uh, fifth string. Okay, and the chord is played like this. That is your G chord. Okay, and now a very common thing that goes along with the G is a C9. Okay, and the C9 is these two stay there, and you have to treat them like a claw. Okay, so this grip here on the top will shift together one string below. Okay, so your chords become G and C9 like so. Okay, so G and a C9 and a G and a C9 and a G and a C9 and a D and a G and a C9 and a G and a C9. Now C9 is like a substitute for a C major. So I could have played the same thing as G and a C and a G and a C and a D and a C9 and back to G. Okay, so those are your basic chords. Okay, your basic major chords, wherein let's revise. They are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, now you have minor chords. Like I explained to you in the case of E minor and E major. E major is like your major chord, which is happy, and E minor is the moody chord or the sad chord, you can say. Okay, so right now we did all the happy chords, and now it's time to get moody because we are going on to the minor chords. Okay, so A minor is, this was the A major. Just take out the uh, fourth finger and replace it with the first fret. Okay, so we are taking out the fourth finger from the second fret, and we are adding in the first finger on the first fret for a D minor. So your basic composition is first finger on the first fret of the second string, second finger on the third string, second fret, no, on the fourth string, second fret, and the third finger on the second fret, third string. Okay, so that's your basic A minor. And then again we mute the top string with the thumb and we play only 5 strings in it. So go like so. Okay, so that's your A minor. Okay, now for a B minor we shift the whole setup 2 frets. Okay, and this is the basic thing. You could also play it like that, but the official way to play it would be change the grip a bit. Okay, the chord is the same, but we change the grip. So the fingers go first finger on the second fret of the first string, second finger on the second string of the third fret, third finger on the fourth fret, fourth string, and the pinky or the fourth finger on the fourth fret, third string. Okay, and again we are going to avoid the top two. We're going to avoid the top 2 strings and just play the bottom 4 strings like so. Okay, now if you want to play all the strings, you have to basically bar chords. Now that is for another time. Okay, those are your bar chords wherein you'd have to go where instead of pressing just the second fret, you're pressing all of the second fret. Okay, like just pressing, instead of pressing just the first string, you're pressing all the strings. Okay, so so in that case you can play, bar it. Okay, same goes for the B. We could have just barred it. Okay, but that's again, like I said, making life tough. Okay, when we're starting off, I think this is good enough. Okay, the bottom four strings. Okay, that's your B minor. Okay, the next chord is your C minor, which is again very simple. Just shifted one. B minor shifted one, and we again avoid the top two strings. We can play C minor like this. Okay, shift it twice, you get a D minor. Okay, but a D minor can also be played at a different position. Okay, uh, so the official thing is something like that, but we'll stick to the basic one, wherein first finger goes onto the first string, first fret, and the second finger goes onto the uh, third string, second fret, and the third finger goes onto the third fret, second string. Okay, and we obviously play the bottom four. Okay, there's nothing obvious about it actually. So uh, the bottom four string, we avoid the top two. Okay. Okay, now before this, I played some bum chords because I didn't press all the strings, and maybe I was touching some other strings. So you need to uniquely play these particular frets and strings. Okay, so you need to press them hard and make sure that a finger is not touching another string. Okay, okay, so that's your D minor. Okay, E minor is kind of simple. E major was like so. E minor is just second finger, that's like the easiest chord. Second fret, fifth string. Okay, and third finger goes on to the second fret, fourth string. Okay, so that's your E minor. Okay, and the next chord is your F minor. Okay, now F minor is one of the toughest chords. F is also tough, but F minor even more so, because this is your F minor. Okay, but for, sorry, this is your F major, but for F minor you have to remember the two string chord when one finger is playing two strings. Okay, so we are going to uh, now play three strings for F minor. Three strings here. First finger plays 1, 2, 3. Three strings on fret 1, and third finger plays fifth string of the third fret, and the fourth finger, the pinky, plays the fourth string of the third fret. Okay, like so. You see that? Fifth string and fourth string. Okay, and we obviously avoid the top string. Okay, and we can mute it with the thumb. Okay, and play the rest. Okay, let it ring. So it goes. Oh, that's your F minor, and now we go on to G minor, which is just shift twice from there. And that's your G minor. So G minor is fret number 3, same setup, three strings played together, and your third finger goes on to the sixth fret, fifth string, and sixth fret, fourth string is being played by your fourth finger. Okay, and yeah, your middle finger obviously is playing nothing. Okay, and we are again using our thumb to mute the top string. Actually, the easier way to play it is like this, because you get a better grip with this. Okay, some people also don't get to this thing, they just avoid playing that top string, so you can just play the bottom five together like that. So those are your basics. Okay, your basic chords. Okay, A, A minor, B, B minor, C, C minor, D, D minor, E, E minor, F, F minor, G, G minor. Okay, your music alphabet, 7 letters there, and those are your basics. Of course, there are things in between, like there is the A sharp or the C sharp or D sharp major, D sharp minor. Like I said, those there are a lot of other things like 7 chords and a lot of other things that are involved in the guitar. But then this should keep you going. And you want to learn some song, you can check out any video below my particular link. You'll get hundreds of songs, but these are your basic chords. So namaste once again, and this is Jose Phillips signing off, and hope to meet you again. Take care.